Today we're going to take a look at some of my car boot sale bargains. I'm an antique dealer and I buy and sell antiques and collectibles, and I pick them all up for very modest sums at car boot sales. Today I'm going to share with you what I've managed to find this week at my local car boot sales. I got some really wonderful things. So we're going to start off with an outstanding solid bronze bust of Queen Victoria on a marble plinth. Now, absolutely gorgeous. You can see the quality in the casting. Really, really nice. I always put a photograph in with a can on a large item. It's something that's universally identifiable so people can see the size and scale. But it's really, really good quality. So you can see her there sitting with the crown on her head. Look at the casting. Really nice. Just a really good looking, substantial bronze. Now, not being funny. You can have a pub, Queen Vic, EastEnders. There's so many possibilities and places that could use this. There really is. Any pub or restaurant could have a bust of Queen Victoria, and it's such a decorative item to use. Anyway, now it's in beautiful condition, original patina, uncleaned, which is very important on bronzes. They don't like bronzes cleaned for some reason. So if you've got a bronze, don't clean it. Now, there's my asking price, $495, but it is a very good quality bronze. Now, where I got my asking price from? Now, there's only two available on eBay currently, one at 771, one at 496. So then you go to Souls. Now, Kieran has got the app that gives you 3 years of eBay results because he's got an eBay shop, and he's found this one for me. Sold £896 on the 25th of May 2023. That's a really promising price, isn't it? Almost £900. Well, there is £900 with the postage. So really, really nice thing. Then I come across here, and there's one sold for £187 or £188. You can't make it up on eBay. The prices are all over the place. It's just who's on there on the day and who's selling the item and who's willing to just let it go. So I put up for a $495, which is at the lower end of what people are asking currently. We'll see where I go from there. But it is an absolute stunner of an item. It's a really good looking bronze. Really is. Got a lovely colour on her. And some nice casting, and it's just a really nice, good-looking thing. Will appeal to a lot of people. Very decorative. Now this is a 9-carat gold Swiss quartz wristwatch. Now the casing is 9-carat gold, and the strap is 9-carat gold. Now I've already put this in a jewellery haul. I've done a video just on the jewellery I picked up this week because I've had a lot of jewellery this week. But I've put this in today's video because I want to make a point. I was up in a little car boot sale called Goldmine this week, and a gentleman up there was at the car before me, and he had this watch in his hand, and he turned it over and he examined and examined and examined the back of the watch, and he couldn't find nothing. He examined around the sides, couldn't find nothing. Well, first of all, it's hallmarked back here on the clasp, and you got to actually take the back of the watch off to see the hallmark. So my point with this is, either know where you got to look for the hallmarks. There's a hallmark there, 375 there. And then there's another one on the inside, 375 there. So either know where you've got to look for the hallmarks or just take a gamble. The watch was seriously modestly priced. It couldn't have been any cheaper. It really couldn't. So why wouldn't you just take the chance at that type of money instead of putting it down? And I walked away with an 8-gram watch. So, and it's up for £250. So if you're buying gold and silver and things like that, learn where they stamp stuff. Watches in particular, they'll stamp on the side of the case, inside the case, on the strap. There's certain areas you got to look for the hallmarks. Now, there's a lot of fake gold hallmarks out there, a lot of fake gold out there with hallmarks on. Now, I've just done a video, Can You Spot the Gold? Just go check out my my YouTube channel, right? If you think you can identify gold, I've done a photograph of 3 items. See if you can tell me which one is gold. Go and check that video out. But it's really interesting, and I share a lot of tips on gold identification and gold testing in that video. But the moral of this story was, he picked it up, he put it back down, I picked it up and bought it, and now I'm going to make £250 on it. Lovely item. This was an absolute stormer of a find. This is a large, well, I tell you what, before I tell you what it is, how many of you know what that is just to look at it? I can tell you it's from the Barnstable or Devon area of Britain, and it's attributed to a designer called Charles Brham. It's not a signed piece, but it is certainly attributed because it is what's called a grotesque spoon warmer, and he done grotesque spoon warmers. I'll share them with you now. Actually, I'll do a little search. Hang on. So Brham grotesque spoon warmer. If I come down, you can see loads of different. Well, there's mine there. There's loads of different examples. You got birds. You got gargoyles, birds. There's a whole variety he did. However, a lot of these are signed where mine isn't. Now we got a little bit of studio pottery. Now, this is by a studio called Wolfcastle that is in a little village called Wolfcastle in Pembrokeshire. Founded in the 70s, I think it's 1973, and it's still going today. It's a nice thing. I love the decoration on the inside. I could have had multiple bowls by this studio pottery, but I only wanted the larger and the decorative of them. Stamped Wolfcastle underneath. Now, studio pottery is a hot tip. I've said it before. If you go out and just buy studio pottery, you'll make a fortune. For the plain and simple reason is, it is so hard to identify most of the time because they just use a squiggle or a monogram or some letters, and you've got to spend days or weeks sometimes looking for the artist. But you buy them for £1 or £2. Hardly anybody buys them because they're so hard to identify, and when you sell them, you can get a piece of Bernard Leach, St. Ives, or Hans Coper or something like that, and you could be up in thousands. But more often than not, a good piece of studio pottery, you have £100, 50 quid, £100, £150. Studio pottery is a really good area to start out at. This bowl, if anybody's interested, was quite large. 29 centimetres in diameter. So a nice thing. This, well, I'm Welsh. I live in an old coal mining house in the valleys, so anything coal mining just appeals to me. And this is a really nice oil on canvas of some coal miners stood in front of the winding wheels. Now, the winding wheel, basically this, was what pulled the cart out of the ground full of coal. It was that simple. And I like the way they've done the painting. It's signed and dated down here, C. Williams, and I think it's 2006. Not a listed artist that I can find, but a nice piece of work. I can't tell you much about the artist. Well, I can't tell you anything about the artist. I haven't been able to find them, but I like their work. I like the balance. I like the scale with the figures at the front and the winding wheels behind them. It's just a nice thing. Maybe I'm a bit biased because I love Welsh coal mining, I love Welsh art, and they obviously liked coal mining as well. Now, I've only got £75 on it. Now, if they were exhibiting this in one of the local art shows, local galleries, they'd be up £100 or more on it anyway. Now, I know Cyfarthfa Castle has little exhibits where local artists sell their works, and it's always £100, £150. So I think I'm fair at £75. It's a nice thing. 20 inches tall, 16 inches wide, in good condition. It's just a nice painting. Good subject matter, though. This is a bit of Chinese Yixing clay pottery. Now, I bought 2 Yixing pots about a week ago. This is the one, this is probably 1970s, 1980s. It's formed as an elder or a scholar. That's the lid there. It's just a really run-of-the-mill, normal Yixing teapot. Still a nice thing, very collectible, but it's not going to break the bank. This is a sort of £50, £60 pot. Nice seal on the base. I did, however, pick up an Yixing pot, which I have actually filmed, which has potential to be by one of the top 10 in the world masters of Yixing pottery. Check that video out. I'll put it in the description. But what a beautiful pot. Absolutely stunning. And I've been a week waiting on experts' opinions on it. And I still don't have them. But that's a nice thing. It came in from the same house as the person who collected the other Yixing pot I got. The teapot. Nice thing either way. It's nowhere near the same money. Excuse me. But still a nice little thing if you like Chinese. And these, we have a nice set of copper and brass graduated ladles. What do I mean by graduated? They start smaller and go larger. So they all sit inside each other, if you like. So we got brandy, rum and whiskey. Copper bowls, brass handles and brass little plaques. Really nice. Now, you're not going to use these. They're tin lined, so you could use them. Sorry, it's brandy, rum and whiskey. So you could use them. They're tin lined. But let's be honest, all someone's going to happen with these is they're going to be hung up in someone's kitchen and look amazing. They got their original patina, really good condition, nice long brass arms. I just like them. Always buy these ladles and I always do well with them. I really do. Nice little things. What am I asking? 30 quid. So I'm asking a tenner a ladle, really, which is nothing. It really is. Now, while I'm here, I just want to reach out. I've reached 23,000 subscribers this week, which is July 25. I just want to thank everybody personally who has followed my channel, who's watched my videos, who's shared my videos, who've recommended me to friends and other people. I wouldn't be where I am without you, and I wouldn't have a channel without you, so thank you very, very much. I try and pack as much value in the videos to share my knowledge, share my love of antiques, and to try and help as much as I can. But I'm so grateful that you've got me to 23,000 and hopefully onward and upward. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Walter O'Neill. I'm the founder of AntiquesArena.com, which is my own website. I don't sell on eBay. I've got about 7,000 pieces on there. It's a massive website. Top quality items, beautiful pieces. I got well over 100 articles on there, all designed to help you. And my YouTube channel got about 1,100 videos. Everything from how to identify Chinese porcelain, how to identify real gold, how to value antiques, you name it, all the way down to haul videos like today's. But I always try to share some tips or share some value in the videos. So 1,100 videos, there's a lot of knowledge packed into them for you. If you like the videos, please subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell for notification. And if you get anything out of them, please share them to a friend or recommend someone to the channel. It's a free way of helping me. And believe me, I am extremely grateful. Thank you very much. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Don't forget to check out that gold video. See if you can spot the gold.